Well, this week in Nashville, Kenny Rogers starred in All In for the Gambler, a farewell all-star concert celebration. Lionel Richie, Don Henley, and the biggest names of the music industry joined for a once-in-a-lifetime event to honor Kenny Rogers. It was also the final time that Kenny and Dolly performed on stage together. I had a chance to sit down with Kenny and talk about his incredible 60-year career and his retirement from music. Kenny, I think it'd be easier to talk about what you haven't done, what you haven't had as an award, than it would be what you have had. Because, I mean, it is unbelievable.
It is. You know, as I look back on my life, it's really been very rewarding as I've gotten older. I've been able to enjoy the efforts that I put out younger. They pay off when you're older.
I first knew of you back when you were Kenny Rogers in the first edition. When was the transition to country?
Well, it's interesting. My real first 10 years of my musical life, I played avant-garde jazz. I played upright bass and sang with a jazz group. I moved into the first edition from there. So as far as country goes, you have to look back at some of the music the first edition did. There was a lot of country in that. And so it was kind of a natural thing for me when I came to Nashville to get into country music.
Do you have a favorite song of yours that you still love to listen to or to perform?
Well, I think Lady is one of those very special songs. Lionel Richie wrote Lady, and it's an interesting story how I got that song. I called him on the phone one day and said, Lionel, I would like for you to write a song for me. And he said, yeah, I'd love to help you. He said, but I'm really, really busy. I said, well, I thought I'd tell you that it's going to be a part of a greatest hits album, and it'll probably sell 5 or 6 million. And I promise you, he said, how's 7:30 Saturday night? And he came to Vegas Saturday night at 7:30. He was on time. He sat down at the piano and he played, and he said, Lady, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's all he had. And I said, yeah, go finish it. I think I can do that.
I'd say you did it okay.
Yeah. Well, it was great fun because I had enough R&B in me to appreciate what he did. He had enough country in him. So it was a great combination.
Your duets with Dolly Parton, there was a magic between the two of you on stage. What was the connection that you and Dolly had musically that made that work so well?
I think there was a personal acceptance and a personal appreciation of the other talent. And I know with me, we flirted with each other for 30 years and we never did anything. And I think that's what kept the tension there. and we both loved it, and we laughed every night because people would say all these things and we'd laugh and we'd go into the next city.
You have an amazing reputation among entertainers and people in the business, as well as fans, that you're one of the nicest people that they've ever met in the business. One of the most genuine, one of the most authentic, one of the most decent people to be around.
You know, I appreciate people saying that. It's not hard for me because that's how I feel. I mean, if someone doesn't cross me, I don't cross them. So I can be friends with pretty much anybody. And I think it's important that you have those relationships. And I've never been one who cared about personal gain. It's like Don Henley and I were really close. And I kind of took him out of Linden, Texas, and we did some stuff together, and he came to me and he said, Kenny, I got a chance to join this group and I need all of my publishing to do it. And I said, well, take it all. And he couldn't believe I just gave it back to him. And that was the Eagles, you know.
They did okay.
That was pretty successful. Yeah. A good move on my part.
You did not grow up a wealthy kid. Would it be fair to say you have lived the American dream?
My family had nothing when I was a kid, literally nothing. When you have nothing, it doesn't affect you until you find somebody that's got something. And that's when it's painful because you suffer by comparison. My mom told me, you know, son, be happy where you are. But if you're not happy where you are, you'll never be happy. And so consequently, when I was at the bottom of my roller coaster, I was still happy. I was still making music, and that's what I'd set out to do. Success was a byproduct of it.
You have 12-year-old twins. What a challenge, Kenny.
Yeah, that's why I'm staying home to rest. You know, Well, I'm telling you, I went to them the other day. They asked me, they said, Dad, what are you going to do when you quit singing? I said, well, I don't know. I thought I'd come home and spend all my time with you two. And they both went, oh, my God. So that must not have been a good idea.
Well, you've had a remarkable career, life, a remarkable human being, all the things you've done for charity and for other people so unselfishly. No wonder people love you.
I appreciate it more than you know. Thank you so
Kenny,
much.
it is a pleasure and an honor.
Thanks, Governor.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you, too. What a truly remarkable human being. Kenny Rogers, one of the nicest people you'll ever hope to meet. And I want to thank Kenny Rogers for letting me sit down and talk with him. And I personally want to wish him a long and happy retirement. And I hope that he enjoys keeping up with his 12-year-olds. You can still keep up with Kenny and his new phase of life at kennyrogers.com.